The last one standing.
F.L. Williams Jr. To start off our program, we have an invocation by our father, Bishop F.L. Williams.
Thank you, son. Would you bow here, let's pray. Eternal God, our Father, we first come just to say thank you for the opportunity that we now enjoy to come together to celebrate, to recognize, and to honor these participants. And we thank you for the staff that labored. We thank you for the programs that you put in place, that we can come bold to the throne of grace to obtain mercy and grace to help in a time of need. We say thank you. Jesus said, wherever we ask you in his name, you will do it, that you be glorified in him. So we ask this in the name of Jesus. We invoke your blessing upon this entire day, upon every family member that comes support the participants and all those who are here, friends, and those who have served and partners in this endeavor. We thank you today. We give you the praise and the glory. We honor you. We thank you and we give you all the praise. For it's in the matchless name of Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, we do pray, and we thank you right now. Amen.
Amen.
Next we will have national anthem by Miss Darlene Fletcher. So welcome, please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Dallas County Court Service presents Spring 2019 graduation. Winning doesn't always mean being first. Winning means you're doing better than you've ever done before. Quote by Bunny Blair. May 3rd, 2019, 11 o'clock a.m. on the second floor of the Dallas County Courthouse. Again, I'm your program moderator, F.L. Jr. Next, we will have greetings from the following: Councilwoman Susan Youngblood, the Selma City Council, the Assistant U.S. Attorney Gina Van, the United States Attorney's Office, Dr. Rich Hobson of the Administrative Director of Courts of the Administrative Office of Courts, and Brian Foster, Law Enforcement Program Supervisor of the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs. Please proceed, Neville.
Good morning. I want to ask you all to say something with me that I say every morning, and it's the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thank you. Coming into this courtroom is like coming home to me. I feel like I've seen a long-lost friend, and indeed I do see many long-lost friends. D.A. Jackson, Judge Armstrong, my neighbor and friend Mr. Harrelson, and several people whom I know. F.L. Bishop Williams, Gina Van. I just see so many people whom I've known and loved over the years. But I bring you greetings from the city of Selma. Also, I bring you greetings from someone who has been in this courtroom and still feels like I belong here. I always will, because this is where I got my start when I came back to Selma. I worked in the DA's office here for 17 years. And let's back up a minute to the serenity prayer. I want to talk about just 1 minute about, actually maybe 2 minutes, the wisdom to know the difference. And that's real important in our everyday lives. Because when we ask God to help us accept the things that we can't change, or the serenity to accept the things that we can't change, we have to look back and say, what can we change? In my life, there are things that if I let myself get mired down in shame and regret, the way I certainly could, I could just have a good old wallowing party. But I won't, because you know what? There's nothing I can do to change that. So, bygones, because I've asked the Lord to forgive me, and thank goodness I worship a mighty God who has. And so I think about, what can I change? God, show me the difference. Help me understand the difference in this. Give me the wisdom to understand the difference. What tells me that best, what I remember many, many, many years ago, I happened to meet at a National Victims Conference. I work with crime victims a lot back in the day in the DA's office. And I had the pleasure of meeting an Attorney General from Oklahoma who's by the name of Mike Turpin. And what my takeaway from meeting him was 20 letters, 10 two-letter words that have stayed with me. And I want it to stay with y'all. If it is to be, it is up to me. I want y'all to say that with me. If it is to be, it is up to me. And there are going to be times when you're just going to be so tired, so feeling defeated, and so worn out when you feel like you can't go on. You know how I know that? Because there are times I do. There are times Bob Armstrong's felt like that. There are times Maya Jackson's felt like that. There are even times when Superman Michael Jackson's felt like that. But you know what? They've gone on because you know what? If they didn't, who would? And that doesn't mean that they feel like they have to do it themselves, all by themselves. No, none of us can. We have to work together, and we have to embrace each other and blend our resources so that we can broaden our abilities to serve our community in a larger way. But whenever we see the opportunity to help and to do, we do what we can, and we work together, and we embrace each other, and we don't get mired down in negativity and what people tell us we can, or what people tell us we used to be, or what people tell us we were. So with that, I'm gonna end my sermon and say, God bless you all. And just every day, just work it and do your best. And I am so proud of you, and I feel like I could say this because I guess it was maybe in about 2005 or so, whenever the Judge Armstrong first got elected, I had seen where the Department of Justice was having a planning grant for these drug courts. And I went to Judge Armstrong and said, if I write this planning grant and put this little team together, will you take it under the district court? And he said yes. So we put a planning grant together, and that's what we did. And how could I know that Maya Jackson was going to come along? How could I know that Michael Jackson was going to embrace this? And I mean, how could we know? But you know what? We plan and God laughs. But anyway, we see the successes then, and I'm going to count every one of you as God's successes too, and the success of this entity. Thank y'all for being here.
Good morning. Good morning. Especially to the graduates. My name is Gina Van, and I'm a federal prosecutor. And my job is to enforce the federal criminal statutes. Now, what that basically means is anybody who violates the federal law, they're going to run across somebody like me. And it's going to be my goal, my purpose, and my joy to make sure they're held accountable for what they do and go to jail for as long as they possibly can. Now, having said that, I'm standing here in front of you all in awe. You all are inspiring to me, but I wish I could say that it's going to be a smooth sailing for y'all from now on, but it's not. Life is unpredictable, and there are challenges for you guys around every corner. You sit here today because you made a mistake. You screwed up. But at that pivotal point, you made a choice when the pressure was on. You chose you chose your family, you chose drug court. You are blessed to live in a society where you have that opportunity. You could have been convicted of a crime because of your possession of drugs or because of your use of drugs. But instead, you got an opportunity at a fresh start. If you had not chose that path, you'd be convicted of a drug case. You have a felony conviction. And people, felony convictions change the quality of your life forever. There is a new normal for you after that. Convictions limit your job opportunities. They limit your ability to travel in some instances. It changes the relationships you have with your family. You can lose your spouse. You can lose your kids. You never really recover from these convictions. You have a new normal and you try to get around that, but you don't recover. And I'm here to tell you not to let yesterday take up too much of your time. I said all that to say, today you choose to be better. Today you have chosen to learn from your mistakes and build on it. So what I'm going to say is one thing I want to say, and I want y'all to repeat after me. I'm going to take that after Susan. I'm going to say, go slow. Go slow.
Go slow.
Because it doesn't matter how slow you go.
It doesn't matter how slow you go.
As long as you don't stop.
As long as you don't stop.
So with every new day comes a new strength, new thoughts. Don't waste this opportunity because the criminal justice system is not designed for repeat offenders. What I mean is, next time y'all come, there might not be a drug court available for you. And that means you're going to go through the criminal justice system. That means you might go to jail. Next time, you're going to see somebody like me. So now's the time for you to infuse your life with action. Don't wait for stuff to happen to you. You go after it, be proactive. Decide what you want to do. And that's really what I want to say. But when I grew up, my grandmother used to always say, when you sing, you pray twice. So I want to sing the first verse of one of my favorite songs. Is everybody all right with that? Y'all good with that? You got the graduates all right with that? All right. Seek ye first the kingdom of His Lord. Make Him first in everything you do. If you just trust and never doubt what He says, all good things will be added unto you. God bless y'all.
I wish I had gone first. Okay, I'm not going to sing. All right, but no lie, I did ask my wife about bringing a guitar and singing a song, and she talked me out of it. But next time, Judge Armstrong, please get me to come again, because I think I will do that. This is a good day. I'm Rich Hobson. I'm from the Administrative Director or Administrative Office of Courts in Montgomery. I'm that guy from Montgomery. And I bring these greetings from Chief Justice Tom Parker. I'm sorry that he couldn't be here today, but I am glad that I got to come here today. I was blessed to be able to come here several years ago. Judge Armstrong invited me. And this is one of my favorite things. I have to do lots of different things in my job, and I like doing this because this is a good day. Now, I'm not saying this can be a good day because I'm moving forward here, and I want you all to move forward here, okay? It's only through God's magnificent grace that I'm up here speaking as the Administrative Director of Courts, and I'm not down there with y'all, okay? And it's because of a thing called, there's no big science to it. Let's see, what is that term? It's a phrase, it's rock bottom. Y'all ever heard of rock bottom? Okay, now rock bottom, it's not like this is rock bottom, or this is rock bottom, or this is rock bottom, because they are tailor-made for everybody, right? They're tailor-made for me, they're tailor-made for y'all. The thing is, the Lord gives us free will, and we get to choose what our rock bottom is going to be. Now, my rock bottom occurred 31 years, 10 months, and 3 days ago. Praise God. On that day, it's the day I became a Christian. I quit smoking, drinking, cussing, all those kinds of things. And I was able to move forward. But it was only through God's magnificent grace that it did occur that day. So this could be, the thing that got you here, could be your rock bottom, okay? If you make that your rock bottom, because I guarantee you, there's a barrel, there's a dump truck full of other ones out there if you don't make this one yours, okay? So I pray that you do it and make this that great day. Because this is the beginning. It's the beginning of so many wonderful things. You know, graduate high school, graduate college, graduate from all these different things. They're great. You know, it's pomp and circumstance. It's a beginning. But this is a life changer. And you guys have the blessing. You have the opportunity to just do wonderful, wonderful things. Gene is right. It's not easy. You know, the Lord doesn't guarantee us an easy, rose-filled road when you embark on that great new path. But He's always there with you, and you are not alone. So my greeting to you and my message to you is make whatever got you here your rock bottom, and move forward from there. God bless y'all. I'm thankful to be here.
Good morning. I'm Brian Forster with the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs, and for those who don't know what we do, we are a grants management agency for the state of Alabama for a variety of funding sources, and I primarily focus in the law enforcement arena. Maya approached us 3 years ago now with an idea to help provide some grant funding for this court. And I've had some experiences in the past with the drug courts that didn't achieve quite the results we were looking for, and I was a little skeptical on the front end. But I can say 3 years into it now, and 3 graduations later, I can see its effect. And it hit me earlier. I was always thinking the whole way here, what am I going to say? What am I going to talk about today? But the slideshow earlier and the pictures with some of your children and your family, to me, that's what life's about. I've got 2 small boys of my own, age 12 and 7 at home. Everything I do in life is for them. I get up, go to work every day to provide for them. I go every day to the baseball field, 7 days a week sometimes, to watch them play. And I think during this journey that you're on, everybody in this room has been in those situations where any decision we made could have landed us in different situations. And those choices lead us to certain circumstances. We all face those challenges on a daily basis. But I agree with Rich, if we use this as an opportunity to move forward, to take that step in the right direction. And again, it's not always going to be easy. We all face challenges every day in our lives. But move forward, which support theme that Maya provides here. I think it's very telling in this court to have the DA and have the sheriff sitting in here showing their support. That tells me this court is doing the right thing. So again, I applaud you guys for being here today. I'm honored to have this partnership with Maya in Dallas County and hope we can do that in the future. And again, just make this day that step in the right direction. So thank you.
I've been given the honor of introducing our keynote speaker this morning. Reverend Yusuf Ware was born March 25th, 1978 in Eufaula, Alabama. He graduated from Eufaula High School in 1996 with a full football scholarship to the University of Louisville in Louisville, Kentucky. After transferring to Jacksonville State University in Jacksonville, Alabama in 1998, he received a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology with a minor in sociology in the spring of 2001. In 2003, Reverend Ware made the most important decision of his life when he accepted Christ as his personal Lord and Savior. After many years of running from the calling on his life, a prophetic word came forth to him to be still, so that God can complete the work that he had him called to do. He currently works full-time in maintenance at Gowanus LNC, Alabama, and is the assistant football coach at Booker T. Washington High School in Tuskegee, Alabama. Reverend Ware is a member of the Mount Vernon Missionary Baptist Church in Auburn, Alabama, under the leadership of Pastor Thomas Brown. He answered the call to preach and teach the gospel of Jesus Christ on February 12, 2017. Reverend Ware currently serves as president of the men's ministry, where men are encouraged to find their identities so that they can walk in their divine purpose. He is married to Shaquita Finch Ware of Auburn, Alabama, and they are raising their children on the foundational passage of Scripture, Joshua 24, verse 15. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Outside of his love for God and the church, Reverend Ware also enjoys hunting, fishing, cooking, and football. He also takes great pleasure in being a positive influence in the lives of today's youth. Please help me welcome our keynote speaker, Reverend Yusuf Ware.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I would like to take this time to thank Ms. Jackson for the invite, Mr. Williams for the introduction. It's kind of, this is an awkward feeling because I've never seen a program of this stature. You know, I've been in and out of courtrooms most of my young life, and I've never seen the love that I've seen in here this morning. But without further ado, I promise I won't hold you long. My message is geared toward you graduates. I stand here 6 days, 1 month and 3 days removed from the East Alabama Court Referral Program in Opelika, Alabama. I was there on DUI charges. Yes. I give you a little history on me, but understand that the day before I went to jail, the second DUI came 5 months after the first one, but it came 2 days before I reported to the court for a place. So I had to go in there and sit down with Miss Belinda White and tell her, hey, look, I know I just started this one, but I just got another one. So I had to go talk to my court referral officer, which was Mr. Watson, to get everything squared away because now I'm looking at double duty with what I'm doing. And now they had me come to Muscle Shoals last year because 6 years removed, this is what you get, what you see right now. So when I give you a little history on me and what got me to drug court, like I said, it was alcohol. Now understand that I remember the first thing that ever got me drunk. It was Mad Dog 2020, Orange Jubilee. and I say that because if I smell it now, I throw up. But you know, I grew up in a family where they done everything. You know, there was cocaine, there was crack, there was marijuana, and there was alcohol. But my take on the alcohol aspect of it was not illegal to buy it, but me at a young age, I wasn't supposed to have it. And then I also saw that, hey, look, what I saw my family members enduring through those drugs was not as bad as what I was doing, but mine was worse. because I was getting in trouble with mine, and there was no trouble coming to them with theirs. And not only was it family, I can take you to, you follow right now, 30 years later, same yard, same friends, same time, they drinking every day. It's to the point that those group of friends that I had back then, my friend's father, he built some baskets that hold the beer cans for everybody that drinks in the yard. So it's basically like, okay, y'all gonna drink in my yard, I'm gonna get paid off of this right here because I'm gonna keep these cans. And you should see them, they're piled up around the yard. But in a nutshell, my history was that it was around me at all times. And it followed me everywhere I went that, you know, you heard about me transferring to the university, from the University of Louisville to Jacksonville State. Well, that was alcohol related. It's not in the bio, but that's what happened. See, when you're out there doing your own thing and you're being controlled by some substance, you don't adhere to discipline and obedience like you're supposed to. So what that did, it jeopardized my career as a professional athlete because I didn't want to listen to what somebody was telling me on the greatest level I ever could have been on. I was the first young man out of my family to even go to college. I'm still the first young man out of my family to graduate from college. But there was a hindrance there, man. That alcohol blinded my vision because I thought it was something that I had to do. And this is what happened. We go from history to we go to the accident because not only did I drink in high school and I drink in college, when I started working, that was the thing to do when you got off work. You get together with people and you drink. It was to the point that I transferred jobs. And in the midst of me transferring jobs, I would still go hang out with them guys that I used to drink with. That's what brought DUI #1. You go work 13 hours at night. You leave, I remember it, just like yesterday, October 3rd, 2012. I got home that morning. I pulled in the garage, I got a phone call, I left. I stopped by the store, I bought a 6-pack of Budweiser Select. I drank 4 of those beers, I probably had 2 shots of Parmesan, and I hit a parked car, and hit another car, and I went to jail. And it could have been worse than what it was because understand, I like to hunt. So I had guns and everything in the truck. So I go to jail and now I'm trying to figure out what's gonna happen. So I get out, but I'm on a job that I work 12 hours, 2 days on, 2 days off every other weekend. Just so happened, I went to jail on my off day. So when I got out, I was still able to go to work. But that still didn't help me with the issue I had because guess what happened? Now I got this thing I got to put in my car, I got to blow in for it, crank up. Smart start, that's what they call it. That thing ain't give me nothing but a problem. Yeah. They tell you, hey, you can't use mouthwash while you got this because it's going to detect the alcohol in the mouthwash. You go in there and you blow and it don't crank up, it's sending something to somebody, and you got somebody calling you talking about some, hey man, you got a problem. But I didn't learn because I had one of my partners from college. You know, when we used to get together, they called us 6'5" ballers in college. I'm 6'5", 6'6", he's 6'5", 6'6". He was on one end, I was on the other. Whichever way you throw it, it was on. That's how we felt. But we partied hard. He lives in Florida. He came back to town Easter weekend, 2013. Now I understand I haven't been drinking, but I said, well, I'm gonna let my hair down for him. Can't let your hair down for nobody when you get through this. Can't let your hair down for nobody. I let my hair down for him, and on the way home, I'm driving a car that I get stopped on, and it says the light was out on the car. And I tell the guy, I know the light ain't out because I don't have a license right now. I know the insurance got to be up to par. I know everything on the car got to work because I can't be stopped because I'm driving with a revoked license. So I couldn't do it. There was no way the light was out. So he pulls up the computer and he showed it to me. I couldn't argue with him. Me and him got to talking and understand that he really looked out for me because, come to find out, he played football at East Carolina. East Carolina and the University of Louisville in the same conference, Conference USA. So he let me make arrangements to get myself out of jail through the bail bond before we even got to the jail. it's still not helping me. So I said, I go get my car that Monday. And on that Monday, I go to the parts store to get that light for that car. And in the midst of me getting that light, I went in there, it was a 91 Saturn. Someone changed the lights in it. When they changed the lights in it, they went from the big globe to the 9007 bulbs. And I don't know if anyone here has ever had God speak to them. But on that day, God spoke to me. God told me when I went out there to get that light, I had to take the light out, so I turned the lights on. I take the light out. Like I said, it's a 9007 bulb. The glass was broken, but the light was still shining. God speaks to me on that day and says, if you don't do what I ask you to do, I'm going to take you out. I'm not ready to go. Understand what I'm saying. I got a family, I got children. I have not reached the potential of my life. I had to cut back with some of that stuff. And that's what the court referral program did for me. It allowed me to become educated on what I was doing. It made me look at the cost. It made me attend AA classes. In the midst of me attending AA classes, you only had to do 4. I was doing 4 a month for 9 months. They say, why are you doing this? I'm doing this because my life needs to change. I moved to a city where nobody knew me. I could only lean and depend on God to help me change my life. My life has changed for the better. I look at my life now, and I am a better man in all aspects. As a father, as a husband, as a young minister of God's gospel. You know, I take nothing for granted in this day and time that I live in because I've been there. I've been there where it felt like there was no way out. I've been there where it felt like, okay, what I've done, I'll never be able to live it down in some people's eyes. But I told you, it's been 6 years, 1 month, and 3 days removed, and the end result is this. And is it a struggle? Yes, every day. Because I still have them same friends. I don't do what they do, but I have them same friends. I'm somewhat of an inspiration to them now because of the life that I choose. It is about choices. So what will you do next? What will you do next? I want to leave you with something in particular. In the book of Jeremiah, God tells Jeremiah to go down to the potter's house. He said there was a word that was going to come to him from the Lord. When he got down to the potter's house, he saw the potter working with clay. The Bible says that the clay was marred. That means it has an imperfection. It had something that was noticeable. But he was working it to get it back fit for his use. I'm going to stop right there because what I need you all to understand is that the clay was never thrown away, even with the issue. You're being made over. You're being given another chance. You're getting a new beginning. This is what it's all about. I want you guys to be able to look 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 years, 1 month, 3 days from now, and let me see the positive influence that this program has made on your life. I've never seen a program with the kind of love that I see in this room. I've never seen it. I'm intrigued to want to know more. When I was asked to do this, I began to research and look at what all they offer you guys. That's a blessing in itself. Because we know that the system gets paid when you're locked up. Instead of the system getting paid, they're trying to get you in a position to get you paid, to change your life, to give you back to your family. So I want to say congratulations for completion. I want to say congratulations on a new start. And may God continue to bless all of you. Thank you.
As the awarding of the certificates by Honorable Judge Robert Armstrong.
How's everybody today? Good. This is a big day. One of the things I wanted to do, we got a lot of our drug court participants in the courtroom with us today. And would all of y'all stand so everybody can see how many we got here? Isn't that awesome? We've got here in Dallas County, we've got multiple drug courts. We've got a family wellness court, and those deal with people that the parents have not done a great job parenting because of some substance abuse issues. And the drug family wellness court is designed to help people get clean so they can be the awesome parents that they were designed to be and that they really want to be. Unbelievably successful, and to Maya Jackson, the director, and everybody else. These guys won the national award 2 years ago in Anaheim, California for the best drug court in the country.
Wow.
The family wellness is all about people trying to restore families and keep families together. But we've got an adult drug court too that deals with individuals that have messed up, made a mistake, but want to get it changed around. And by completing this program, the charges against them will be dropped. And so it's an incredible thing. One of the things that I saw when I first got on the bench in 2005 was there's so many people coming through the criminal process and in dependency court where neglect and abuse cases kept coming up. And I would see that so many people didn't have that criminal mind. They just had substance abuse issues. And I'm thinking, well, if we want to be smart, let's deal with the problem and we'll stop the revolving door. And that's what's happened. This is an incredible program. It's a lot of work, but it is so worth it. And I'm really proud of our staff. You guys really, when you say you've never seen love like this is what love looks like.
That's big.
And they do it all the time. Toys at Christmas. I mean, you name it. These guys stay up at night. They go the extra mile, and it's all driven by love. And that sounds touchy-feely. I mean, sometimes love can be tough, and these guys can tell you I can do that too. But we really care about our people, and so I appreciate you recognizing that. All right. Well, what I'm going to do, this is about you guys, really.